The Undertale community has an insane amount of animations and fan games of the trio genre, a type of Undertale content where groups of 3 characters, usually stanzas from different universes, team up to defeat the human. Well, one of these trios has gotten a whole lot of attention over the past few years.
I'm just gonna call it Karmatic Time Trio because Karmatic. I can't say that shit all the time.
This trio has gotten an insane amount of different versions, one of which I accidentally confused with another. Sorry, dusted Karma fans. So today, we're going to cover the original and a bunch of its most famous remixes. So without any further ado,
Fuck. This AU has some very interesting information from outside the story. See, originally, it contained Last Breath Sans, Hard Mode Sans, and Karma is a Bitch Sans, but then a new version came out with Last Breath, Betrayer, and Wonderful Idea Sans. Who the fuck? But it didn't make it past phase 1.5, and then the owner gave it to someone else before taking it back and turning it into Karmic Tales. This version is not the one we'll be talking about. We'll be talking about the original, where unlike past trios, where it's either Gaster shenanigans or the time rifts, this one was both. It takes place over multiple runs, so the first run, Karma is a Bitch Sans gets rifted into Last Breath's universe, but they aren't strong enough and the universe gets reset. Gaster remembers this, figuring out how to utilize the rift and brings Hard Mode Sans into his universe too. Now finally, we have our trio. Until Hard Mode gets killed at the end of phase 1. He survives a whole hit though, good on him. But when all hope seems lost, suddenly... I can't tell if this AU is a joke or not, but I love it. Enter A. Naval. What's his story? His name is Lovania backwards. There's also Agem, who is Mega backwards. Together, they make Megalovania backwards. Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, it's just the icon of a Megalovania remix of the same name, A. Naval. But why is bro included in a trio? He doesn't have any lore, he doesn't have any story. What powers does he have? I don't know. But it's scrapping time. Phase 2 has Last Breath Sans and Karma on their Phase 2 forms, but it's not enough. Last Breath gets a pretty cool solo moment, but it costs him a lot of energy. Good thing Gaster is supplying. Meanwhile, we have Mr. Trio Betrayer Sans over here, gets pulled in from a rift and joins in the fight as well, and everybody assumes their Phase 3 forms. Except for Betrayer and A. Naval, who both hit Phase 2, as soon as Betrayer popped in, he was low-key spawn camped and slashed by Kara. I think we're long past the definition of a trio. Like, ignoring Hard Mode Sans, there are 4 motherfuckers on the field. And Gaster in the back! Anyway, phase 3 shenanigans. Last Breath Sans destroys your buttons, so you can't kill them, but they die anyway, seemingly from their own determination, which they can then use to refuse their death and once again perform fusion. This time forming, oh fuck, QCSU Sans, which translates to Savior, translates to Messiah. We've got Jesus Sans over here. He puts in a ton more work than the other fusion, being able to harness the rifts, which they use to summon Swapfell Purple Sans? Why such a specific AU Sans? And to bring back Hard Mode Sans. Swapfell, as you can probably surmise, is Underswap plus Underfell, but purple? I don't know. Back in my day, I remember Swapfell Golden. I remember Swapfell Emerald. I'm pretty sure Emerald was the Mafia version. I remember Swapfell Red. There's just a bunch of colors, but apart from the designs, and I think gold giving Papyrus autism, I don't really know what they change. I just know we've got the purple one. They call him Dissident Society Sans. He's honestly more like normal Sans than Swap Sans, but whatever. The fight continues, and there's another pretty cool thing that the fusion can do with the rifts. He can send you through them. He sends you to fight the Bad Time Trio, Murder Time Trio, and then Former Time Trio, one after another, before finally you're back where you started, killing the other 2 Sans, and eventually being defeated by the fusion! Satsujin could never. That ends another trio that manages to take you out. I guess this trio was more popular than the others, as today we have 5 different versions of this trio. So let's start off with hopefully the most simple, Karmic Time Trio versus Murder Time Trio Ultimate Edition. So how do these 2 trios intersect? I don't know. Toho Girl, probably. Regardless, here they are, and upon trying to come up with some sort of agreement to take out the human, just like Bad Time Trio, the Karmic Time Trio realized that these 3 are murderers. Dusttail Sans, a monster monster who tried to gain LV, Killer Sans, a Sans who joined the human in their genocides, and Horror Sans, honestly just a chill guy, though he did destroy the core in his universe, causing his society to starve. With no hope to come to an alliance, the two trios battle it out in honestly a really cool sprite animation. Kind of reminds me of those old Goku versus Sonic videos from back in the day. Anyway, Last Breath is slashed and temporarily out of the fight. We all know bro's gonna load into his phase 2 form eventually. Killer tries to finish him off, but hard mode steps in, trapping him with blue bones and sends the rest of the Sanses flying, except for Dust, who he wants a 1v1 with. And so he gets it. He sure did get it. Meanwhile, Karma uses his attack to send Horror flying. I don't know what kind of attack he did, but bro is out of the fight like permanently. I swear to God, this Karma Sans be pulling out the most insane powers. Like, he made this immortal skeleton tap out. That's crazy. Anyway, Ainavol makes his appearance. Somehow, probably the same unexplained way the other two ended up here. Last Breath finally tags back in, and Karma, he's got chains now. I don't know, man. I don't even know why I questioned this guy. He can do anything. He can do anything.
I can do anything.
Then on the Bad Time Trio side, in place of Horror Sans, we have Insanity Sans, a monster who turned insane from determination experiments and murdered everyone. Phase 2 is underway. The Sanses are showing off their phase 2 abilities when Dust Sans gets a little too excited and accidentally hits Insanity Sans. Yeah, this guy killed his own brother, so we all know how this is gonna go. Meanwhile, Killer Sans is trying to hold down the fort and isn't doing a horrible job at it. This is a trio who beat the human. How are you pushing them back? You were struggling in a 1v1 before. The phase ends there, and it's the last version of Karmatic Time Trio versus Murder Time Trio I could find. I tried looking for more, but all I could find was this one with, bro, what happened to Satsujin? Anyway, go support the creator. Hopefully one day this animation series will continue. But for now, 1 down, 4 to go. Okay, so now we've got to talk about a pretty cool but very complicated part of the fandom. Let's talk about stack AUs. Now, through these past couple of videos, you've heard me talk about AUs like Last Breath, Dust, Tail, Underfell, and so on, which are AUs where something changes in story or out of story to turn them into the characters that they have become. Well, what happens when we want to combine a Dust Tail Sans and an Underfell Sans? That's right, in our next trio, double Karmatic Time Trio or Karmic Time Trio. I'm not calling it that. Each of these trios have their own AU stacked on top of themselves. I don't know how these AUs would have been stacked on top of themselves in story, but for example, Last Breath had been told by Gaster about the resets in the original, so I'm assuming in the stacked AU, he was told about it again after losing in the original Last Breath story. I don't know. It's pretty confusing. Maybe there's no story, but whatever the case, stacked Last Breath now has his brother's scarf and maybe became stronger. I'm gonna be honest, I don't entirely know how these stack AUs work, but in terms of battle stacked AUs, I'm assuming they get stronger. Someone will correct me in the comments, I'm sure. Anyway, on the left, we have double Karma as the Bitch Sans or Hypocritical Destinies. Why does this stack AU get a new name? It beats calling it Karma as a Bitch Sans, but why? Anyway, on the right, we have double Hard Mode Sans, Extreme Mode Sans, Hardcore Sans, Master Mode Sans, I don't know. Anyway, check out these new designs, man. Like, damn. Karma has Papyrus' scarf wrapped around his arm and a more dynamic looking jacket, and Hard Mode got that hoodie on and a knife. Anyway, phase 1 went about as well as you'd expect, so Hard Mode said, fuck it, 1 knife isn't enough. Let me get 2. The human was getting sick of it, so they attacked him, and Last Breath with the save, probably knowing that he could take a hit, throws himself in front of the attack. Anyway, phase 1.5 now, and damn, when did you hit Kara? And what happened to the quality, bro? Phase 1 looked so cool. Karma be cracking his skull, getting ready to lock in, and oh hey, Hard Mode didn't die in this version. I guess that's the stack difference. Anyway, welcome to Stacked Ainavol. The original didn't have a story, so I'm assuming this one doesn't either. He's just stacked Ainavol on top of Ainavol. And oh, I actually know the name of this one off by heart, since in the ending time octet video, I got so many people telling me to stop calling Ainavol Lovania because that's a stacked name. So everyone welcome Lovania. Wait, double Karma is already in phase 3? Oh god, he's flying now! Last Breath is phase 2 and the others are doing whatever it is they do. I could not tell you for the life of me what hard mode is holding. Human attacks them off screen. Last Breath has 2 gashes on him, and so does hard mode. Rip Bozo. Karma either actually got hit this time or has started bleeding, and Lovenia got hit in the eye or something. This is just how he looks in phase 2. And there goes hard mode. He lasted a lot longer than usual, at least. Like in normal Karmatic Time Trio, Betrayer stance shows up. Not exactly sure what a stacked Betrayer entails, but he looks pretty ordinary, to be honest. Oh, there we go. Locket and the special Gaster Blasters. Okay. Meanwhile, Karmic steals hard mode's idea and grabs a knife. Lovenia steals Last Breath's idea and grabs some bones for melee, and Last Breath goes into phase 3. In the end, the human uses a sweeping edge attack. I don't know if the Gasters protected everyone or just Lovenia, but everyone's dying. All the Gaster Blasters are gone, but Lovenia is the only one I can say for sure was protected. I'm just assuming everyone else got attacked because Gaster thinks it's time enough to perform fusion. Wait, what the fuck? Stacked called from the Void Sands. What are you doing here? You weren't in the original. Okay, well, somehow double call from the Void shows up and yeah, gets spawn camped. That's what Karmatic Time Trio human does, I guess. Oh, the human. Does the human get stacked too? I doubt it. Basically, Call from the Void Sands is the Sands who uses the Determination Extractor to defeat the human. And in the stacked version of it, it looks like they've gone all in on the Determination machine after realizing it was the key to stopping the human. He's got the lab coat, the sciencey supervisor. Bro, he's just a scientist now. He's the next royal scientist. Bro locks in and pulls out stacked hard mode soul and brings him back to life. And that's the end of the OST. Bro, are you serious? I didn't even get to see the fusion. There's a phase 4 on another channel, but like, there's no fusion. Betrayer Sans fucking Mega Evolves and Last Breath and Lovenia are nowhere to be seen. Did they fuse with Betrayer Sans off screen without Karma's Bridge Sans? I don't know, man. Why are y'all recommending me unfinished AUs? 2 down, 3 to go. Oh god, okay. Murder Karmatic Time Trio. That's right. We stack Murder Time Trio with Karmatic Time Trio. A trio fusion. Can you believe it? We've got Last Breath Dusttail. He did the Dusttail stuff, then Gaster pulled up and did the Last Breath stuff. Killer Hard Mode, which is, you know, Killer Sans, but a hard mode version of the game. And Horror Karma, who is a Horror Tail Sans who uses Karma. I'll just be referring to them by their Murder Time Trio name, since despite being named Murder on top of Karma, it looks like at their base, these guys are the Murder Time Trio. Phase 1 goes as normal. By the end, all 3 are attacked by the player, but Killer seemingly gets the worst of it, having one final stand before leaving. Yeah, not dusting, leaving. Bro was just sick of it, I guess. So, anyway, we get our replacement, Insanity Ainaval. One half no AU, the other half Determination Crazy. Meanwhile, Horror, still alive! God bless, this is like the only trio where he survived phase 1. Probably a good time to say that this human is probably along the lines of Murder Time Trio, seen as that seems to be the base for this AU. Though, no deletion was used, so I don't know. In Murder Time Trio, the human is like level 1920, so either they are overpowered or I genuinely don't know. Everyone is in their phase 2 except for Insanity, and oh hey, Killer's back. He just didn't want to be in the starting lineup, I guess. But you know who did? Fucking Dustra Sans. Why? What? I'm not complaining, but like why? For those who don't know, Dustra Sans is from Underswap, an AU where Sans and Papyrus swap roles, and the Dust Trust part of it is because in Dusttail, Papyrus tries to go along and do the Dusttail thing, killing all the monsters to gain LV. But when he tries to fight Sans, he either hesitates or Sans fights back, killing him, taking his EXP and his mission to gain LV to kill. So he's here. This is bro's first trio appearance. I'm glad to finally see him. Meanwhile, it looks like Dust Sans and Karma Sans have been hit and are now in their phase 3 forms, while Insanity is probably only on phase 2. I don't even know. But you probably know how this is gonna go. Despite all this, it's not enough. Bro, you've been here for 1 phase. How are you moting? One of the things Dust Trust Sans is best well known for is his Hail Mary of absorbing the 6 human souls. So he tries doing this again, but with the other souls too. It's fusion time. He kind of just looks like Dust Trust Sans, I can't lie. His name is Antihero. Could we not come up with anything cooler? But wait, is that Killer Soul? He's back! Bro left for phase 3, but now he's back. But who is he joined with? Story Shift Sans! This trio gets the award for the most niche AU pools, I swear to God. So, Story Shift is the Undertale AU where each character has their roles shifted. So, Asgore takes Sans' role, and Sans takes Kara's role. He's essentially just Kara, but skeleton. I want to say he's a bit out of his depth, but Kara did wipe out a whole Undertale world, so I don't know. Anyway, I don't know exactly what's going on, but the fucking fusions, Satsujin and Kyuseshu show up. What are they doing here? This no-shot anti-hero just summoned them. Well, I did say that this fusion looked just like Dust Trust Sands, so maybe it is just Dust Trust Sands and the other skeletons fused to create these, but it's called anti-hero, not Dust Trust Sands. And look, it's Killer's fucking knife. Killer wasn't part of the fusion, so he must have just summoned them, which I guess makes sense, cause look who else they summon. Guess who's back? Hero Time Trio, then Massacre Time Trio. Who the fuck are these guys? I've never seen this trio before. And here's another one. Devastating Judgment. Who the fuck? Another Dust Trust appearance. We got Former Time Trio, Homicidal Time Trio. Who the fuck are they? These guys cannot be Undertale characters. And guess what? All that wasn't enough. How the fuck? Okay, so you know what they do? They fuse too. Anti-hero, Story Shift Sans, and Killer Hard Mode. So now we've got Anti-hero, True Satsujin, and True Kyuseshu. How? This has to be enough. Why are all the trios back? Why are you guys back? Aren't you supposed to be in one or both of these fusions? What is even going on? And in the end, look at all these Sanses. They're still alive. They're still smiling. This had to be enough. This is the end. I'm sure it was enough. It's enough for me. I'm done. 2 more. Oh, shit. Was I supposed to talk about Dusted Karma? Ah, fuck. I got the wrong one. Karmic Time Forward. Fuck. I guess I'm on my own for this one. So, we start on what looks to be an RPG Maker Judgment Hall. Not to knock it or anything. It looks very cool. Where one of the Sanses, I don't even know who, confronts the human. They get into a battle and... Oh, wait, were we on the streets? Damn, zipped up jacket Sans appearance. First of its kind. I'm not sure who exactly the skeleton is, but whoever they are, they don't last very long. Okay, let's have a look at the description. Okay, we've got the creators, the Dissident Society Sans, Call of the Void. He's in this Karma Trio too? Bro's just getting invited to everything. Okay, how about the comments? DS? Oh, Decadent Society Sans, Swap Fell? Oh, guys, I understand it now. Karmic Time Forward. We move forward to the end where this Dissident Society Sans shows up. Is this what Karmic Time Forward is? A reverse Karmic Time Trio? I don't know. Basically, Dissident Society Sans is Swap, Fell, Sans. Underswap, so Papyrus and Sans got their roles swapped. Underswap again, so they swap, not swap back, but swap Sans and swap Papyrus swap roles. So it's the same roles as in normal Undertale, but with underswap elements. You don't know? I don't know either. And then that Sans got put through the Underfell filter. Let's move on to the next episode to find out that this wasn't even phase 1. Okay, we got phase 1, our first Sans here with the core motif. That leads me to thinking that this is my man's Call from the Void. And yep, there's the machine. It's my goat. Oh wait, we get a title card. Resistant Slacker. Okay, so that's Last Breath Sans. And the Flame Within Anger. That's just vague enough to be Ainaval, but he isn't listed in the description, so I'll say Hard Mode Sans. The human attacks and Last Breath blocks for Hard Mode and misses? They weren't aiming for the truck. Call of the Void is hit, and bro, don't tell me my goat is gone already. No, okay, he stole the human's determination and is now good as new? Even for my goats, that's pretty surprising. Okay, so hard mode has his little shadow, so we can definitely tell that's him now. And yo, what the fuck? Real animation? Oh my god, that's so sick. Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my god, they got Last Breath. No, bro, what the fuck? Actual animation for an AU I am literally learning about as we speak. That's actually pretty awesome, man. Last Breath is pissed off. I mean, I would be too if they grabbed me like that. So they go on and attack the human alone. Meanwhile, Karma shows up 0.25 phases late, buddy. They get attacked immediately. Last Breath blocks the first one, but when the hard mode tries to shield him, the attack slices through the bones like butter and Karma is hit. Meanwhile, Last Breath, holy shit. Jesus, they really didn't want to see Last Breath phase 3. Good thing Gaster seemingly saves his soul, and in phase 1.5, he saves Call of the Void from an attack. Whose Gaster is this, bro? Are there 2 Gasters running around? Oh, hey, hard mode has the knife from the stack AU. I don't know. Phase 2 time finally. Call from the Void pushes the determination extractor to its limits and revives Last Breath Sans. That was fast. Nowhere in its name does it state it's a trio, so 4-on-1, all good. 5-on-1 if you count Gaster. The human attacks Call from the Void, but Last Breath blocks, so you know what that means. Phase 3 Last Breath, baby. be also phase 3 for the trio or quartet. Karma is having an episode, remembering all his friends, and also calling on Ainavol, seemingly for an experiment. Hard mode has an Undyne flashback, figuring out, oh, I can use determination too. And Mega evolves using determination, I guess, having the Undyne transformation. Oh, speaking of determination, Call of the Void got that shit going on too. I think everyone, except maybe Ainavol, is chugging determination right now. Okay, hard mode, you don't need to be copying Undyne that much, okay? Meanwhile, Karma continues to do whatever the fuck he wants, pulling a disbelief and summoning both Papyrus and Undyne. Okay, everyone is on their final phase now, except for Last Breath, who's kind of just in the corner. Even Ainavol is using determination. Oh wait, the capsule! They're gonna do it! Hey, they did it! And without fusion, that... Oh no, that's not supposed to happen. This is gonna be the first time I've ever seen the human break out of one of these capsules, man. It's supposed to be an insta-win. Anyway, bro attacks only hard mode. Rip Bozo, what did bro ever do to you? Alright, well, this is why you shouldn't do drugs, kids. Everyone is melting from the determination, and the human is about to finish the job when Ainavol comes in from the save, calling ISO and the human, and we get some Ainavol lore. Here, in a remix of another trio, here he is depicted as a wanderer of the AUs who tries to help them, assumably the trios, take out the human. And yo, Betrayer Sans finally pulls up. Last Breath joins back in, and I could not tell you what just happened here if I tried, man. Alright, phase 4. I'm loving the animation, but I don't know what's going on. Like, is this Last Breath or hard mode? Ainavol has got a new determination transformation and sprouted wings. Meanwhile, Last Breath is finally on phase 3, and Betrayer Sans has gone full Smash Bros. Sans type shit. Oh, okay, here, we get the titles for the characters. So, yeah, Last Breath Sans, Betrayer Sans, and True... What does that say? Kyuseshu? When did they fuse? Okay, yeah, that makes sense, but damn, okay, fusion has happened. Call from the Void, Ainavol, Karma, and hard mode. We've covered 2 different true Kyuseshu fusions. How cool is that? To be honest, I like this one a bit more. The fusion makes a little bit more sense. Not complete sense, mind you, but it makes more sense in the story, looks cooler, and has wings. Anyway, fuck, this music, man, this animation, how are there such huge diamonds in the rough out here like this? Like, we had Hero Time Trio, which was essentially trio slop. Then we come over to this, which has on and off incredible animations. Like, bro, what the fuck are they doing over on Bilby, bro? For the most crazy niche trios ever. Anyway, speaking of niche trios, it's Trio Bonanza time. First, we get the original Karmatic Time Trio, then Former Time Trio, all looking hella HD. Then a former time forward. What is this forward modifier, bro? Loop Time Trio. Bro, these trios keep giving me new trios to cover. It's like a never-ending cycle. Okay, Chaotic Time Trio. My goats. Hey, Fantasy Time Trio. Okay, you all know about this one now. And back to the forward 3. All looking insane. Speaking of insane, one final animation and the human is dead. Damn, I really gotta start listening to you guys because these AUs are great. Apparently there's a backwards version of this, but I think I'll leave that to another video so I can explain the backwards and forwards modifiers properly after you all tell me about it in the comments below. So now it's time for our final trio that I'm gonna be reacting to live because I don't have the time to write a script for it anymore. Karmatic Time Trio, Time Goes by Chaos. All right, thank God this is the last one, bro. I don't think my throat could take any more. All right, let's try and gather as much information as we can. So we'll go, Karmatic Time Trio goes by Chaos. Okay, that's not very helpful. Time Goes by Chaos, full collection. No, nothing, no wiki for this. There's the original there. If the Time Goes by Chaos event is a loop with the same ending, is that what Time Goes by Chaos is? So Time Goes by Chaos is essentially them in an infinite loop, I think. So we've got Undertale Times Goes by Chaos, Undertale Karma Chaos, Last Breath times... Okay, okay, you know what? Ooh. Big ups. Yeah, no wiki for Time Goes by Chaos. Okay. There's an ending time octet, Time Goes by Chaos. So we're just going to assume that that's what it is. If it's not, then we will be proven wrong. Let's start off Chapter 2, Phase 1. I won't be able to listen to the music for this one. So we got... Okay. It could be anyone. Okay, we got... hard mode Sans there. I'm guessing in the middle is Last Breath, and then on the left is Karma is a bitch. Chapter 2, Phase 1, bro. Yeah, there's nothing above here. I don't know. Last Breath. Okay, there we go. Hard mode and Karmic Chaos. Okay, which is the Time Goes by Chaos Karmic version. Okay, so it's either the trio itself has been put in a loop, or each of these stanzas individually were put in a loop of their own AU and then brought into this trio, which kind of does sound like what happened, seeing as it said Last Breath goes by Chaos and Karma goes by Chaos. I guess hard mode would have had the same happen to them. He felt something hard to describe. Hard mode's locking in? I guess not. You laughed at hard mode Sans, calling him a dumb fool. W hard mode Sans. Ooh, okay, as usual, it looks like by the end of phase 1, all the Sanses get attacked. We know Last Breath and Karma is a bitch will go into their phase 2, but hard mode, can you survive this hard mode? Oh, Last Breath is sleeping. And that's the end of phase 1. Desperate counterattack. Okay, looks like we have hard mode dusting here. Or not, he's got 2 slashes, but he is dusting. I guess this is his desperate counterattack. So hard mode has one last final stand and then dusts. Ah, here we go. Hard mode. Sorry, I did my best. It doesn't matter. The great power you have thanks to me. You are an integral part to my plan. What have you done? I could... Are you kidding me? Hard Karma Chaos absorbed hard mode Sans. What the fuck? Okay, so phase 1.5. Hard mode dies, but not to the human. I guess being put in a genocidal loop will do that to you. Will make you want to kill your own friends. Is this Last Breath or Karmic? Or is it hard mode? Yeah, hard mode's dead. That's Karmic. Kind of looks like hard mode to Sans, I won't lie. Now is the time to give up, pal. Who's here? Fuck me, bro. Another Sans I'm gonna have to explain. For the first time, we have Sans Finale for the Bonely One. I am assuming it's another no AU Sans, but let's find out. No law, Sans tired and bored of the constant genocide routes and subsequent fights between him and the player, make a deal with an unknown individual in order to spice things up and stop them for good. Okay, so it's a Sans who made a deal with someone, or it's just a no AU Sans, but a Sans who made a deal with some fucking bozo and then turned them into this. He eventually has little flowers or eyes sprouting out, which I'm sure we'll see in this trio at some point, but yeah. Here's Finale for the Bonely One, a no AU Sans / deal maker Sans. And he shows up in place of Ain Evolve for some reason. So here we go. Last Breath Sans is in his phase 2. Karma is a bitch Sans, has absorbed hard mode Sans and is also in his phase 2, but slightly stronger. And we have Finale for the Bonely One. Okay, here we go. What the fuck happened? He's got debug mode on, but he's also got a hand coming out of his eye, bro. What the fuck is going on here? Okay, looks like phase 2 is just another... They have a battle phase. Let's see if the story progresses in phase 3. Bro, what the fuck happened to Karma? Behind them are the members of Karmatic Time Trio, Karma Proliferation, and Karmatic Different Time Trio. Memory of Revenge. You're not gonna make me research those ones. My voice hurts too much. I am working with a 7,000 page script. I am done. This is all a video 2. If you want those, you're gonna have to wait till video 3. Karmatic Time Trio there, and the other one's there. Karmic Sans. Is this Karmic Sans? He's tweaking out. There's Finale for a Bonely One. There's this little eye thing going on. There's Last Breath Sans. Okay, it's just a OST. Sensational Bonely. That's Last Breath though. That's Last Breath. Is it not? Is it not Last Breath? I think I couldn't be bothered to spell correctly. Scrubbed. Alright, phase 4. Nothing to work with. We've got yeah, here we go. This is no AU. What? This is okay, so you guys sent me a scrapped trio to work with. So that's Call of the Void Sans, according to this guy. Normal Undertale times goes by Chaos. What happened to the other 2? How does this have any correlation to the normal Karmatic Time Trio, bro? What's going on? No, I'm done, bro. That's all I could find.
Why is the video about one of the trios and all the niche shit involved with that taking so long, bro? Shoutouts to Joel Oldman for giving me the rundown of this AU literally a day ago. So, you know, you're gonna have to deal with editing Harry here, with editing Mike. In normal Karmatic Time Trio, Karma is a bitch Sans, finds himself in the void. Somehow, I don't know. We're going off a YouTube comment now. You're gonna have to bear with me if some of the details aren't filled out. So Karma Sans finds Gasta and kills him. He doesn't know how he did that either. But after that, he apparently rewrites himself to not be Karma is a bitch Sans. Now he is Karmic Chaos Sans. I guess killing Gaster does have its privileges. Now he has a new plan for the human who is doing some bullshit that we're just gonna ignore. So this is chapter 2. I'm assuming chapter 1 was Karma killing Gaster and Betrayer and Ainavol fighting with the human. We're not gonna go over that. We're gonna go over chapter 2, which in phase 1 is Last Breath remake, which is the same with Determination shenanigans. They're just giving everyone determination. Hard mode, which is the same hard mode, but with no mouth. I have no mouth and I must scream. And Karma as a bitch has killed Gaster. So phase 1, nothing happens. Phase 2, hard mode, has some code uploaded to him, but doesn't work out, and Karma ends up absorbing him, as we saw before. Phase 1.5, finale for the Bonely One shows up. Phase 3 has 3 different parts. No, it doesn't. Part 1, Karmic Chaos leaves the battle, but summons sensational finale, the Last Breath lookalike. So where's real Last Breath then? Creates a Gaster-like vessel for Undertale Last Breath to actually do his Last Breath things. This is Last Breath? With the Gaster-like vessel, the hands, I suppose? Okay. He just left. He just up and left. The most important character for this trio just up and left. Are you kidding me? Oh, part 2, he comes back, shows off his determination shenanigans, and goes into phase 3, and yep, part 3, a whole lot of nothing. And then Last Stand, Karmatic Time Trio, Karma is a bitch, Karmatic Time Trio. I'm not explaining any of these. So at the end, Undertale Last Breath just dies because of his excessive power usage. I'm assuming the Gaster not being the real one may have fucked him up a little bit. Sensational Finale tries to tank a hit for finale for the Bonely One, but the hit pierces through and both get hits. And Karmic Chaos fucks off again! Does he actually just leave? Is he actually just not coming back anymore? He's the most important part of this AU, isn't he? Only part 2 has an OST, and it's a scrapped one, sadly. What the fuck, bro? Why are you guys asking me to do scrapped AUs? In phase 4, with only finale for the Bonely One left, absorbs the power from Ainavol. How am I more confused? How is there a phase 5? There's a phase 5 now? Since when? Phase 5. Wait, in the end, they all get slashed. Finale for the Bonely One tries to tank again. Call of the Void dies for the first time in forever. I'm not gonna lie, Call of the Void, I'll give you a pass for dying in this one, because I don't even know what the fuck is going on. Phase 5. Who's left? Who's even left? Isn't everyone dead? Karma Chaos. He's in the background. He's become the new Gaster. He's summoning Sanses and shit. Oh my god. He spawns in Ainavol and Betrayer from chapter 1, and 12 more trios. Okay, guys, please, from now on, when you're sending me trios, make sure they have, like, actual content. I need content. I need information. Getting all this shit from a YouTube comment. There's no wiki. There's no phase 5. And there's no way for me to get all this information otherwise. In the end, Karmic Chaos from Karmatic Time Trio. What? Are you fucking serious? Another Karmic Chaos comes in from a different Time Goes By Chaos time. Karmic Time Trio, Time Goes By Chaos versus Chaotic Time Trio, Time Goes By Chaos. Are you actually shitting me? Okay. That's the end of Karmic Time Trio Goes By Chaos. I can't imagine what Ending Time Octet Goes By Chaos is like. Why in God's green name did you guys recommend me an AU? With the only footage available on YouTube is scrapped content. Okay, God bless Joel Oatman for giving me this information.
Yeah, next video will be the AU video going over alternate timelines. Pray for me, like the video, and hype it if you're able, and I will see you when I see you.